So hello everyone, and hope that you are all doing well and staying safe. Here is Mariam Shref, a senior petroleum engineering student at the Lebanese American University, and I'm excited to welcome you to today's Guru Talk. I would like to thank our organizers, Petro, Arab Guru, and SP Egypt section, and a special thanks for Dr. Ahmed Al-Garhi, the director of Arab Guru and Petro. If you missed last week's Guru Talk with Dr. Yasser El-Shayeb, you can go to Arab Guru's YouTube channel and watch it. All our Guru Talks are uploaded on YouTube, so you can subscribe and watch all our Guru Talks and also get our latest updates. Today, we'll be interviewing a distinctive expert in the field of biostatistics, Dr. Hassan Almekdash. Dr. Almekdash is the director of the Statistical Services and the senior biostatistician at the Clinical Research Institute and the clinical assistant professor in the Department of Surgery at Texas Tech University Health Sciences Center. His duties and responsibilities include supervising and training biostatisticians, analysts, determining the most appropriate study design based on options for statistical analysis, protocol review and development, performing statistical analysis, developing and maintaining policies on statistical procedures for management and analysis of clinical research data, and developing and presenting educational programs in biostatistics to investigators, students, and research staff. Dr. Almekdash has an extensive quantitative research experience and training at Texas Tech University, where he earned his PhD degree in higher education research with a minor in geographic information sciences. And also, he holds a Master's of Sciences degree in interdisciplinary studies with an emphasis in quantitative methods and a graduate certificate in geographic information sciences and technology. Dr. Almekdash has an interdisciplinary research activities that resulted in publications and presentations at national and regional conferences in the fields of health care, biomedical science, higher education, psychology, and even in geosciences. Dr. Almekdash is currently interested in the application of data sciences in healthcare, advanced biostatistical modeling, and application of quasi-experimental designs and spatial analysis in epidemiological research. He was recognized on the state and the national level as a quantitative methodologist and a statistician. Finally, Dr. Almekdash is an educator with more than 15 years of teaching experience in a higher education context in the USA and internationally. So welcome, Doctor, and thank you for accepting our invitation.
Thank you so much for the nice introduction, and thank you for having me on your platform. I am highly excited and I'm ready to go.
Okay, so we'll begin our interview with the education section. So, Doctor, you have studied abroad in the USA. How did this experience added to your character and added to your skills?
Well, when I came to the United States in 2012, I came and having in mind that I want to excel in what I'm doing, and I want to absorb as much knowledge as possible from collaborating with my colleagues, from the professors in the university, and from the different ideas out there. Now, the good thing about the United States, it's the freedom in the higher education system, especially at the graduate level, where you can build your degree and your coursework in many different ways that you can have some, let's say, very focused skill sets. So I did a lot of degrees here, and I was completely funded. So I first did graduate certificate in TESOL, then I did a master's in applied linguistics. I did a graduate certificate in GIS, master's with focus on quantitative methods, Master of Science, and then a PhD in what I would call quantitative higher education research. with a minor in GIS. So since I arrived here, I started to make comparisons between where I came from and the United States. And I noticed that, in terms of policy, design, and, making plans for everything, I noticed that data analysis and statistics is everywhere. So I wanted to explore this field, and I just fell in love. And I started to take more courses in this, working on more projects, talking to more people on the state and national level about this. And that's how it started. So that's what I would say. The United States allow you to build, a career that is focused towards something from different fields. Like I would call myself an interdisciplinary methodologist because of all of that.
So, Doctor, have you faced any challenges as an international student?
Well, yes, of course, you face challenges first, especially when you're new in the country and, you need to understand the system and you don't have a lot of finances, you don't make a lot of money when you come to the United States. But as long as you're goal-oriented and goal-focused, you will overcome these challenges. People are willing to help you. So you need to talk to people. You need to ask those who were here before you, your professors. There are mentors in graduate school, there are people who can navigate you through the system. So if you're willing to ask, interact, and you're open-minded, flexible, and goal-oriented, you will overcome these difficulties.
Yes. So, Doctor, why did you choose your field of study, the field of biostatistics and geographic information sciences? So what mainly drew you into this field?
Well, I wanted to diversify my quantitative analysis toolkit. So let me tell you, as I told you, when I came here, I became fascinated with how data analysis is everywhere, especially in decision-making, policy analysis and design, not only in science. We all know that statistics is a main scientific tool to analyze data you collected, to show the world the results you've got, right? To summarize your data, to make comparisons, to make predictions, but it's also affect everything in life. So if you want to have let's say, some educational plan for the state, data analysis is a key component of this before you make any decisions in the United States, I think. So here I wanted to do that. Now, what influenced my way in taking courses, I wanted to be good in statistics, biostatistics, psychometrics, econometrics, and geostatistics. So I wanted to build a holistic methodologist approach first. And this is a transferable skill set that you can transfer everywhere in science, in policy. So now I'm working in biostatistics. What I've done, I transferred my skills. Of course, I took equivalent to doctorate level in statistics, in statistic classes. I think I have around 60 graduate hours, accredited hours in statistics. This is enough to have a PhD in statistics. So basically, now I know I have this transferable skill set. I can transfer everywhere if you have data. And I want to tell you something, guys. There is a famous statistician, a celebrity in statistics, a scientist, John Tukey. If you do ANOVA, you do post hoc, you have Tukey's post hoc test. Tukey says, if you are a statistician, you play in everybody's backyard. So if you're a statistician, you play in everybody's backyard. So you can be in health, you can be in engineering, you can be in business, you can be everywhere. You play in everybody's backyard because this is the tool that everybody uses. We use it in schools, we use it in the government, we use it in health. So that's what, and I like to be broad, scientist, methodologist. So I like to work on language acquisition. I like to work on health. I like to work on epidemiology. So statistics is my tool to do that.
Yes, absolutely. Transferable skills are vital these days.
Exactly, I agree.
Was there any code that motivated you as a student back then?
So what motivated me is, I want to learn, and I want, to have good impact on people, on my family, then my community, then, the greater community. So that's what motivated me. And I really wanted like to make this impact. And I found like, doing this is a big way, to bring that change and influence. So that was my motivation, one of my big reasons to do all of that.
Yes, great. So now, Dr. Almekdash, back then as a fresh graduate, what goals did he have?
In the United States or overseas?
Both.
My home countries in Syria. So in Syria, so when I was a kid, I wanted to be a physicist. As a kid, I always wanted to be a physicist. Unfortunately, growing up in, in my country, physicist is not a hot thing. You will end up not doing physics in a big lab, or not studying the stars, or not doing any like quantum physics. So when you grow up as a kid, physics, and you want to study the movement of celestial objects, you want to study like the smaller scale, the larger scale. But when you grow up, you find that we don't have research labs, we don't have, this nice image you have. So I wanted to honestly get out to the world. That was my goal when I was in my home country. I want to expand my knowledge to what gets me out to see other countries, other cultures, explore what they've done, not necessarily only in the United States. So in the United States and over the world. So my dream was to be an explorer at that phase. Now in the United States, I became more interested in bringing impact, So as I told you, from the smaller scale to the universal scale, I'm trying, I wouldn't say in any means that I brought that universal impact, but it's great to try, and you don't know what you will get down the road.
Yes, absolutely. So, Doctor, before ending this section, can you tell us more about your research activities at Texas Tech University?
Yes, so at Texas Tech Clinical Research Institute, my main, if I want to summarize my main, responsibility here is to collaborate with our medical doctors and scientists to do research. So basically, we have great content area experts and scientists with a lot of clinical experience in Texas and internationally, even like nationally and internationally. So these are the content area experts. So my goal is to collaborate with them and be the methodologist or the biostatistician on their studies. So I help, manifesting these ideas, great ideas they have in actual research. So I work on study design. So by study design, I mean how to make, you have a plan. So how to make this plan doable. I collaborate with them on doing that. I design the statistical analysis plan. I calculate the needed sample sizes, do the power analysis, and then we collect the data. I do the analysis, interpret the results, and then we have, something we can share with the world as like a scientific finding or discovery. So this is my main goal. I also train the biostatistician, give lectures to our students, residents, and faculty about the importance of methodology, about biostatistics, statistical techniques. So all of that is like what I do here. A lot of great things.
That's very impressive, Doctor.
Thank you.